Hello, everybody, it's Lucas. Welcome back to the manga floor, where today I want to do a bit of a volume 1 vlog review thing. And the volume 1s that I have to read are Go with the Clouds, North by Northwest, Queen's Quality, Ayaka is in love with Hiroko, Pink Candy Kiss, Not Your Idol, Night of the Eyes, Love Bullet, Something's Wrong with Us, and hashtag Dracula Midnight Children. And the one I got is Pink Candy Kiss. So I guess I will now go and read Pink Candy Kiss and finish Go with the Clouds, and I will then return and tell you what I thought about them, and then choose what series to read next. Hello, I am back, and I have read Volume 1 of Go with the Clouds North by Northwest, and Volume 1 and 2 of Pink Candy Kiss. So starting off with Go with the Clouds North by Northwest, this is about this 17-year-old guy who lives with his grandpa in Iceland. He was born in Japan and grew up there. He has never been good at like school and stuff, but now on Iceland he can be a bit of like a rookie detective, and he can drink his coffee and he can be with his car. Because the thing is, this guy can talk to his car, and the car can talk to him. Actually, he can talk to all electronics, but he mostly uses it for his car. Half of this volume is just him going on random little detective cases, like finding a man's missing alcohol bottle, or like finding a woman's dog and all that. But the second part of the story is about his brother, his little brother. And I don't want to go into it too much, because I can tell that the thing with his brother is probably going to become the overarching story. But I am really intrigued by both the brother storyline and the more episodic adventure he gets up to, and obviously the art is gorgeous. I really like the main character too. My only problem is that there is another character in there who is a woman or a girl, and we get introduced to her. I don't think I can show it, but we get introduced to her by our main character accidentally coming near a waterfall where she was showering naked, and we see her full body naked, and then afterwards he accidentally comes into a room when she's undressing for a second time, and we see her naked a second time, and we learn that she is 17, just like the main character. And it's like, would it be so hard to make them 18? Like, still it's weird that we see her naked. Like, if that wasn't necessary, it doesn't give us really anything about her character, but at least it wouldn't be a 17-year-old being naked. So that was my only issue with the story so far. But I've been getting this these volumes for a bit now. I've gotten 1 to 6, and all of them have been secondhand. I recommend it if you want a mystery story. Then Pink Candy Kiss. As you can tell by me having read both of the volumes, I really love this. It's about this woman who, on the cover, she is dark haired. I don't know why, because in the actual story she is very clearly blonde, but I don't know. She was best friends with this girl in middle school, but then they lost contact, and now 20 years later, when they are 33, they meet again and they instantly hit it off once again. But Emma, this woman, is now married. Meanwhile, our main character has had relationships with men, but she has never really felt in love with them. She has mostly just been okay with settling for them. But it becomes quite clear very quickly that our main character has feelings for Emma, even though Emma is married, and she doesn't want to act on these feelings. But it makes her remember and realize that 14-year-old her was also in love with Emma. And it makes her realize that she's been either bi or a lesbian all this time. I just think that this little moment of older Taka forgiving her younger self is so beautiful, and it speaks so much to like the queer experience. And there's a similar moment to that in volume 2 that also knocked me out. And overall it's just like so beautiful. And also sometimes it has this chibi drawings that reminds me of like Adventure Time art style, so that is cute. This is like Run Away With Me Girl, but if the husband in Run Away With Me Girl wasn't horrible and abusive. I really love this. I just today ordered volumes 3 and 4, and I can't wait to get them. This is definitely one of those stories that I'm gonna be reading as soon as I get them. And let's choose another volumes from the beer bowl, the beer vase. And I got Something's Wrong With Us. Yay! Alright, I am back and I have now read volume 1, 2, 3, and 4 of Something's Wrong With Us. And I really enjoyed it. Like, once I started reading, I couldn't stop. I think it took me like an hour to read each of these volumes. It usually takes me like 2 hours to read one volume, but like I just wanted to know what would happen next. Like, this is a 16 volume series, I think. And already in these 4 there are so many twists and turns happening. But so far the drama is so good. It's just what I expected. I can read up to volume 10 right now, and I honestly wanted to, but since I'm doing this volume 1 try thing, I had to move on to other stuff. But yeah, if you like the drama, this will definitely be for you. And I love when my manga teaches me things, and this has taught me a lot about like traditional sweet making and like tea ceremonies in Japan, in Japan and all that stuff. So that's definitely interesting. Then I read volume 1 and volume 2 of Not Your Idol. So I had heard lots of good things about this, so I went in with kind of big expectations, and honestly, it did not hit those expectations. I can see why someone else would really like this, but I think I'm gonna be selling these. So series is about this girl who was a former idol, a miniskirt idol specifically, but about a year ago she got attacked by a fan, and since then she has not felt safe around men, and she started dressing like a boy to kind of keep herself safe. And the man who attacked her is still out there. The series is kind of examining like sexual harassment and sexism, which is good. You know how the Barbie movie explored feminism and stuff, but it did it on like a beginner level. So those of us who have been feminist for a while, it's like, okay, I know all of this. I don't need to hear it again. This was kind of similar. It was like, okay, I get it. The thing that, okay, so this is her classmate, and she starts having a crush on him, and he is portrayed as this like the good guy, like the good apple in the bunch. But he knows that she got attacked and have trauma from it, and yet he keeps like touching her shoulder, or like making sudden moves or loud sounds without asking her beforehand. And he's like, oh my god, like, just ask her before you touch her, dude. You know that will trigger her. Another thing that bothered me was that she started as an idol when she was like 12 or 13, and in volume 2 especially, we are shown that when the group started, they did like sexy photo shoots and stuff, and the series brings up how like, oh yeah, women in the industry have to like sell their bodies and stuff, and that's not good, but also you shouldn't judge them. Female nudity doesn't have to be inherently sexual, which is true, but they just ignore that like she was 13 or 12 when that happened. Like, that's not a woman, that's a child. Why isn't anyone bringing up the elephant in the room that like her whole idol group but must have had like a largely, like, maybe not all of their audience was pedophiles, but like a part of them was. That's just the kind of stuff that annoys me. And so, I mean, it's a fine sissy series. I wouldn't call it bad. It's just, it didn't stick with me. The most interesting character was a girl in her class who has been assaulted, but she keeps making excuses for it. She's kind of like those conservative women who think that like being on the men's side will keep her safe, you know? And that's the most interesting character to me. But at the end of volume 2, it seems like they are setting up a kind of love triangle between these two and her, or like a love misunderstanding, and I just don't care. I don't feel the need to continue reading, so I'm gonna be selling these. But let's pick the next series. Get out of there, get out. Ah! Yes, we got Ayaka is in love with Hiroko. Yes, double Yuri! Double Yuri time! Double Yuri! Okay, hello, I am back. I have now read Love Bullet, Volume 1, and Ayaka is in love with Hiroko, Volume 1. Starting with Ayaka is in love with Hiroko. This is just a 3-volume series, and I'm definitely gonna finish it. This is by Yang, who also made Tough Love at the Office, which was an amazing Yuri, and she continues her streak of amazing Yuri. I know that her other series, Wicked Spot, is also coming out in English soon, and I'm definitely gonna be picking it up. I'm gonna be picking up anything Yang writes. But this is basically about Hiroko. She's 10 years older than Ayaka, but like she's a womanizer. She is a lesbian, but she isn't out at work, but she is very much a lesbian on her not working time. And Hiroko is kind of new to the Cocoa Company. She is younger, and she is head over heels in love with Hiroko, and she keeps trying to like tell her, but Hiroko is like, straight girls are so crazy. And I know that for some, the misunderstanding is probably gonna be annoying, but I liked it, and I'm guessing that the other 2 volumes won't be misunderstandings. I need these 2 to fuck in Volume 2. I don't usually want that, but like I can feel the sexual tension between these 2. They need to get it out of their system, okay? And like the art is pretty as always with Yang. You know, I just really like her stuff because it is clearly written from like women loving women perspective, and I enjoy that. I'm definitely gonna keep collecting this. And same with Love Bullet. This is another Yuri, but like a very different sort of Yuri. This is the only volume that is out so far. I don't know how long the series is going to be, but I'm in for the ride. First of all, I just want to say that like the character design and like world building is so interesting. Like it follows cupids, which are like people who didn't get to be in love when they were alive. After their death, the goddess of love make them cupids, and they are the ones that make regular humans fall in love. And if they make enough humans fall in love, they get to become humans again. And you see that they have a very specific color scheme, but yet all of their designs are so unique and they stand out. So in this volume, this is our main character, but we also get to meet like these 2 proper. We haven't really met this one yet, so I'm looking forward to seeing her. But yeah, it felt like first we get an introduction chapter, like showing the normal Cupid life, and then we get like our main character's backstory. And so far it is Yuri in the sense that like the people they are making fall in love are like, one of them is a lesbian and another is like gender doesn't really matter. Like this is a very fluid kind of book, if you know what I mean. Like it's never a question of like, oh, a guy needs to be in love with another girl. Like it can be a guy with a guy. Like the cupids are very progressive, they are woke. But I don't know if like when we continue, if our main character is gonna fall in love with like one of the other cupids, or if the Yuri is just gonna keep being among the living humans. But it is so stylish, and I can't wait for the next one. I heard that this was close to being cancelled, and I'm so happy that it wasn't. But yeah, so we got some good ones. After you know, so far a lot of these have been good, especially the Yuri ones. But now all we have left is Queen's Quality, Night of the Ice, and #Dracula. And as I said last time, these are the ones I'm kind of dreading. I've had great luck with not getting these yet. But now I gotta take the bulls by the horn. Oh, it's Queen's Quality! Oh god, okay, yeah, it's Queen's Quality time.
It's that, I bought so many of these volumes secondhand. If I don't like this, I gotta sell all of those. I've already read QQ Sweeper. I don't know if I have to reread this or if I remember enough to go into this immediately, but we're gonna see. It's Queen's Quality time.
Okay, I am back and I have now read volume 1, 2, and 3 of Queen's Quality, which I have 4 here ready to read as well. And I think I got so nervous about not liking this that it kind of hindered my enjoyment. I read all of QQ Sweeper and I have it and I thought it was okay, but since I saw so many people praising the series, I thought, it probably gets better in Queen's Quality, and I think it does. And I like the action and I like the concept of the magic system, but I'm not as pulled in as I would like to be. When I read volume 1, I was meh, but then with every volume I have gotten a bit more invested and I've liked the character more and more. But it's still not something's wrong with us or Requiem of the Rose King, which are 2 other long series that I've collected big pop-up parts of them before reading, where I'm instantly into it. I'm oh yes, I like these characters, I want to see what happens next. It took me a while it took me longer than usual to get through volume 1, especially because there's no action scenes in this one. In these 2 there's more action and actual cleaning, and I like it when they clean. I think I have a clean run up to volume 13, so I'm definitely gonna be reading up to that, and then I will see my feelings at that point if I want to keep collecting it and finish it, or if I want to sell it. Because this series is good, it's fine. I would give it right now a 7 out of 10, which is good, but it's just that most of my collection is at least an 8, and that's the way I want to keep it. I don't want to have series I don't truly love in my collection. I sold Takopi's Original Sin just the other day because I didn't feel like I would ever reread it, and the more I thought about it, the less I liked it. So I got that bitch out of here. The mangaka's humor and my humor just doesn't overlap at all. And I tried her other series, Dengeki Daisy, through the library, and I dropped it mostly because of the age gap, and this doesn't have an age gap, and I like these characters more. But I'm gonna have to see. I am back and I have now read #the Dracula Midnight Children, volume 1 and 2. I do have volume 3, but I didn't get to it. I did, however, get to Night of the Ice volume 1, volume 2, and I also read half of volume 3, but then I got distracted by reading This Is How You Lose the Time War. But now I will talk about these last series and then wrap up by ranking all of the new series I have read. So, the Dracula Midnight Children. I have never actually read Dracula the novel. However, I have seen both the original Nosferatu and the newer version of it. So, elements from the story, such as the Demeter's trip going haywire, I do recognize that, and I also recognize some of the characters, though I believe that the main character of the story, Mina, she's the girl there, I think that she is made up for this story. And obviously the biggest draw of this is the art. At the credits at the end, they have there's somebody who just does the costumes, and there's a historian making sure it's accurate and all of that. So even if the story was bad, I would still enjoy having these purely as art books. And also the horror elements in this are quite spooky, so it does work in that regard. But the story is also quite interesting because we focus on Mina here, and she tells the story through her diaries. And early on in volume 1, the same story is also partially told by one of the boys, and it's very obvious very quickly that the boy, when he tells the story, he is an unreliable narrator. So I thought, okay, he is unreliable, but I still assumed I could trust Mina since she is the main character. But then in volume 2, we realized that Mina is just like completely unreliable, and I really enjoyed having that like pull, like having the rug pulled out for me and having to like contextualize the whole first volume. But then we have Night of the Ice, which is another series that I have so far only gotten through sales or secondhand. And I can see why some people are selling it, because it's not the most amazing story in the world. It's like a solid 7 out of 10. So it's about this woman. Let's get an image of her. There she is. She is called Little Mill because of how she looks, which I think is cute. But yeah, she was just childhood friends with this guy because they both skated as children, but then she stopped because of a heart condition, but he continued. And now he is like Olympic level. But he is so shy that he needs her to recite a spell from their favorite childhood cartoon before he goes out to compete. So it's a lot of the drama of her like having to juggle her normal job and also getting flown out to do her spell, and like the fans not catching on to them being close. And obviously they fall in love and all of that. Blah, 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 blah. It's not like I'm at the edge of my seat thinking, oh, how is this going to end? Like, I know that in the end they are going to get together and he's probably going to win. I also do have volumes 7 and 8, but that means I'm still missing 6 volumes because it's an 11 volume series. So I might just sell these again, because as I said, I want my collection to be just like 8 out of 10s and above. But that's my opinion on the series. I still think it's good, it's cute. But yeah, now I have talked about all of the series that was in my beer vase. So now let's rank all of them from the ones I enjoyed the least to the ones I enjoyed the most. In last place, and the only series that I have already put up on a secondhand site, is Not Your Idol. It had interesting themes, but they don't explore the themes in a way I would, and in a way that I would want to read. Then we have Night of the Ice. As I said, I will probably be selling these, but I will at least finish volume 3, and I will have a think about it. Then we have hashtag Dracula. Oh, if anyone is wondering why it's called hashtag Dracula, by the way, it's because Mina is typing it on a typewriter, and especially the newest type of typewriter that has a hashtag symbol. So I think that it's just tying it into her being the narrator, and that. If anyone was wondering. This is, honestly, it's the price pulling this down. Like, I would be a lot more interested in going out and buying the next volume if it wasn't so goddamn expensive. The huge Yokohama Kadashi Kiku volumes are less expensive than these are, and those are like 3 volumes if not more in one. And I also don't know for how long this is gonna go on, but again, I will keep collecting it. Then we have Queen's Quality, which I will read as far as I own. But I do feel that like now that I am done with the video, there are some series that I want to go read immediately. And Queen's Quality wasn't one that came to thoughts immediately. Then we have Go With The Clouds, North by Northwest. This is just like an enjoyable read, but it's not like one of my new faves, but I will continue it. I do enjoy it. Then we have Ayaka is in love with Hiroko. The only thing dragging it down is that it's just a 3-volume series, so like it's not gonna be the deepest thing ever. Next we have Pink Candy Kiss. Pink candy kiss, I'm gonna keep on kissing on the pink candy kiss. I'm in love with this series. I already own up to volume 4 and I can't wait to keep collecting it and seeing how the drama unfolds. And speaking of the drama, next we have Something's Wrong With Us. This is the series that I most want to go and read after finishing this video. And at first place we have Love Bullet. Just such a great concept, such interesting characters, such great art. Yuri, yay, like it just has everything that I want in a manga. And I am looking forward to it taking over the world, just like Green Yuri did, and getting lots and lots of merch. This is the finished stack after the video. To no one's surprise, all of the Yuri titles are very high up, with only the straights getting to the top through having immense drama. And I guess my next video will be a spring haul, because I haven't done a haul in months, and I have actually built up some manga, so I'm looking forward to showing you that. I hope you enjoyed the video. What volume 1s have you been reading lately? Okay, bye! Bear vase, bear vase, bear vase!
Fool me once. No, you didn't.
Ha! I'm a team of one and you're still outnumbered!